You are listening to the Estheticians Or More podcast with Brittany Hageman, episode number 220. Happy Monday. Welcome back. Sorry I missed you last week. I had family in town for like an early Christmas celebration, and I just didn't prioritize the podcast last week. But I am recording podcasts through the end of the year into January. So that's great news for all of us. I wanted today to talk about what it feels like to hit your goals as an esthetician business owner. And the reason that the idea from this podcast came from me having kind of update calls with many former one-to-one clients of mine over the past few years. And they liked a lot of them in November and December, wanted to kind of touch base, talk about this year, next year. I'm so excited with their results. I just love to watch and see the consistent growth of my clients. It is so exciting. Something that they say that I also felt as an esthetician business owner when I started hitting my goals, which is it doesn't feel the way they expect it to feel. Okay. And I want to tell you this because I know a lot of you probably have hit your goals this year. You have hit 200K, 300K. You are selling so much product. You have really happy clients. Everything is growing and doing well overall in your business. Of course, you have bad days and weeks and things like that, but things have been working for you. I know that because I've talked to so many estheticians this year. I continue to talk to so many in discovery calls, and I just had one this week who is a rock star esthetician, and what she wants is to hire, and that's not what I do. And so I referred her to my friend. So I know this is the case for so many of you. And what I have found is that esthetician business owners think that when you hit your goal, you're going to have like you crossed over into a new dimension of peace and ease. Like you're making the money you wanted to make, your business is growing, your clients are happy, all the things that you work really hard to achieve. Check, all done, right? But then you don't feel any better or different. If anything, you may feel worse. You may feel exhausted. You may feel drained. You may feel panicked that it's going to go away at any second. You may feel like, okay, like you see the number in your bank account on your profit and loss sheet. You see the money. It's there. That is great because it does give you choices that you didn't have before. But then also you're working really hard. You are working really, really hard. You are working for that money. It's not just like you close your eyes and just like appears in your bank account, which I think people think it's going to feel that way. People think that having an esthetician business is that fake thing that people are sold, any kind of get rich quick scheme craziness, whether it's an MLM or whatever, where you're like, oh, I don't know. I just like go to work and I just have all this money and it's just like super easy. And like, I don't really have to think about it. And I just like you have this expectation, like I just go to work, do my appointments and I go home. And it's just like peace, easy. No. Okay. If that's what you think it should feel like, then you're talking about an esthetician employee, not you, that has been hustling for that money. And of course, there's things you can do to make more money, having more residual income with product sales and online sales and all that stuff. But you still have to work for it. You still have to fulfill those orders. You still have to make sure you have the product in stock. You still have to make sure that you have all the things you need to ship things. You have to bring it to a UPS store or USPS store. You still have things to manage. It is not like you close your eyes and it's just there. And people are going to be frustrated. People are going to ask for your attention. People are going to want your time. this is just nature of humans buying things, right? Like you go to the grocery store and you expect to be able to talk to someone and ask them where something is, right? Like people expect that of you. And so I really want to tell you, if you're in that place right now where you're like, I am dog tired. December, whoo, I remember it was my third or fourth December it must be my fourth December working as an esthetician. And I was like, this does not touch working retail in December and November. Like that was awful. That was truly awful. But it is a different level of intensity. And I felt like I need to figure out a way to make this more sustainable because this is not going to last. I'm going to burn out, right? And so I did figure out some ways, and I do work with some of my clients to help them think of ways to make it a little bit more sustainable, but you still work. You can't just like delegate it all. Even if you're an owner and you have people working for you, you're working, you're just not working on clients, essentially. And that's okay. I really want to normalize that for you. Like the feeling you're having today of tired, maybe worn out, maybe overwhelmed, maybe burned out, and you just really need a break, that's totally normal. And you could even be a little bit resentful for all the clients that are booking and buying stuff and making work for you. Like that's totally okay. But what the problem is you are expecting it to feel really good. And that's just not success. The feeling of good from success is very short. And then your brain gets used to it and becomes your new normal. And then the next level of success is more exciting for it, which is great. And that's why you can always go after goals. That's why I always tell my clients to celebrate every single win that they have, because there's a lot of things that don't work and there's a lot of hard days and clients doing things that are really hard to deal with. And, clients quitting, because their acne is not clear. Like all the things, right? All the stuff, right? Like that doesn't go away when you're making a lot of money. And I have clients that when I worked with them, they were making like a few $1,000s a month, and now they're making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year. They're working for every dollar. They themselves are not working for every dollar. A lot of them have employees now, but they are still working all the time to maintain that ship, keep that ship going. And it is not glamorous work, and it is not work that feels fun all the time. And it is not just enjoying extractions or lashes on someone or waxing or whatever, right? Like the joys that we have of being an esthetician, that's not what it always is about. And that is okay, because that is being a business owner versus just an employee. And so what sometimes I see happen is people will plateau at their success and their growth because they kind of realize this is what's happened, that they don't feel any different. And they're like, well, what's the point? But the point of growing your business is not to make you feel good, because you're going to feel bad. Like if the whole year of 365 days, half of those days you're going to feel bad and it's going to be hard. And half those days you're going to feel great and it's going to be good, hopefully, if it gets a typical year. But half the year, sprinkled throughout the year or a couple months in the year, it's just going to feel like this is really hard work. This is really stressful. I'm having a hard time in my personal life, and that's making it harder for me to show up in my job, in my business, or all the things, right? There's so many different scenarios sometimes that creates the challenge of being a business owner and not an employee. Your books were super full. Everyone got sick. Everything got canceled. Your week fell apart. I mean, there's so many scenarios, right? Some crazy person wrote you a bad review that you've never met before. I could keep coming with examples of challenges that my clients experience, because this is just business, right? So what to do? What to do if you are hitting $300,000 this year and you feel like crap? And you're like, I thought I would be dancing in the streets. I thought I would be living a high from this success. I thought all my worries would go away. I think just acknowledging that is not a realistic expectation, And to expect your business to give you all of that consistently once you hit a goal is not realistic, and it's not a thing. It's just not a thing, right? And to realize like you have ups and downs in your business, and things go really well and things don't go well. And if you let yourself feel so deeply in either way, that's what hurts the most. And when you put so much emphasis on how you feel as a vehicle of how you show up, that's not working for you. And so what does that mean? And I'm saying this from experience. I want you to think about the feeling that you have with the success, and whatever those feelings are. Again, burnout, exhaustion, maybe a little bit resentful. And I'm laughing because I felt this way when I was in December's, and I know a lot of you guys feel this way. There's nothing's wrong with that. It's totally normal. You're like, please cancel but give me my money. You're so tired, right? I totally relate to that. It is true. It is real. But I want you to kind of laugh at it and be like, this is what my dreams look like. And it's okay that it doesn't feel the way you thought it was going to feel. And it doesn't mean anything went wrong. And it doesn't mean anything's wrong with you or your business. It just means you have finally experienced what it's really like to be a business owner that sees consistent success. That's all it means. I know. You were hoping I would be like, okay, you just need to be more grateful. You need to go out shopping, whatever. But maybe like you're paying back debt. Maybe you're saving for a house deposit. Like a lot of my clients, like the money that they're earning is like very intentionally. It's not just like woohoo, So sometimes like buying yourself something nice or going on vacation can really feel good, like as like your reward for all the hard work. But sometimes that's not the reality. I've shared this before on this podcast, but my husband and I, literally the first 6 years of our marriage, we were in pure like pedal to the metal, trying to get him through flight school with as little debt as possible. We had no consumer debt, but we did get a loan for his schooling and then paying that back. And it was just like non-stop with trying to save money and not spend a lot of money and get to this place that we are in now. And we are where we knew we were going to be. And again, like, it's not like there's a parade outside. Like, there's no one that's like, you guys did it. I mean, my dad and stuff and certain friends and stuff are very, excited for like what's happened and, the goals that he's achieved and we've achieved as a family and things like that. But like, we still have to, like, I still like gotta do like laundry and like, I still feel the same, right? Your feelings, like things that really bring you joy in your life. Obviously, if you're like really having a hard time paying bills, and that's a different level of stress. But let's say you can pay your bills. The real joy in your life comes from living your life. And of course, you can get joy from your business. I get joy from my business all the time. I love when my clients are doing well. And I actually love working through hard things with them. It's very satisfying for me. I love it. It's so good. It makes me feel so happy to be that support for someone. But my joy comes from things outside of my business. It has to, because that's so much pressure. Just the same, like my husband, like I don't put all my joy on him either. Like he has to make me happy all the time. He has to help me make sure I feel like he does not. I can't put that kind of pressure on any person or thing. I get joy from so many things, so that if one of those things is not doing great, I have no more joy. So like if my business has been hard for various reasons, I still get joy from my friends and my books and my TV shows and my booking and my husband and my child. If like parenting is like super, super hard. Like yesterday we had a very hard parenting day for the first time in a while because my daughter's 5 now and we don't have the days like we had yesterday ever really anymore. And I was like, oh my God, I don't miss this phase, you know? But if I was like, that's the only joy of my day, that would be a lot of pressure to put on my daughter. She's allowed to be a human being and like not be her best self and like all that stuff, right? I love books and like, you know, I could have so many examples about that, but I just really want to like your business is one part of you. And it's not even a part of you, it's one of the things that you do. And sometimes it does better than you expected, sometimes it does less than you expected. All of those things. It's amazing when you hit that goal. It's so fun. You need to enjoy the fun while it lasts and get you because you go right back to the grind. You go right back to the grind. And it like that's the same thing with a lot of things in life. You know? So it's like if you love to cook and cooking is super therapeutic for you, someone has to do those dishes. Maybe it's not you, maybe it's your partner or child or something, but like you like the things still need to be get done that are not necessarily the fun part of the joy. And if you have no joy in your business, we definitely need to talk because you should be able to get joy at least in pockets of your business. But there is no there. And what I mean by that is there is no place that you will go and everything will be easy and fun and no stress on the horizon and predictable. Like my business today, I would say is the most predictable, peaceful it's been since I started it. Because I've really figured out my systems. I've really figured out like the strategies that my clients need to do to get the results. I've really figured out what are the blocks that hold everybody back. So I have a lot of like, it's very predictable for me. Like I know if someone's telling me one thing is because they are having struggling with something else. Like I am always like, I'm like, oh, you know, if you're taking 2 hours to do a reel, it's because of that, you know, whatever. Like if you're having a hard time selling skincare, it's because of this. If you're having a hard time, whatever, it's because like I usually know what's happening for that person and I can guide them and I can tell them strategies, things like that. And that wasn't the case when I started my esthetician coaching business. I was like, oh, I had a lot to learn and learn a lot from my clients. And the challenge of that, of the day-to-day is not really there anymore as much as it is the challenge of doing the things every day that keeps the business moving and not just being like, people will just book with me and I just have to relax and like, no worries because I'm fully booked now and I look like I'm almost fully booked in the next like group cohort of estheticians, right? So it's very easy to be like, done. I'm just going to like not market. I'm not going to be a podcast anymore. Like it's just easy peasy. Like I still have to do the things to keep the ball rolling, but it's pretty predictable and it's pretty peaceful, but it doesn't mean it's like easy all the time. It doesn't mean that I like sometimes would rather do other things, especially when it comes to cleaning my office. Like that is something that I always put off. Like there are certain business tasks that I really have a hard time doing and other ones like podcasts, love doing it. Any client call, give me the client. That's the easy part of my job. Marketing, pretty easy for me to do. But like there are other things that I would rather do anything but. Like I gotta go fold my laundry, you know? So like I just want to normalize that this is just how it is. That's all I have for you today. This episode is coming out the Monday before Christmas. So if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you have been celebrating Hanukkah over the past week or so, happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa, if for those of you who celebrate Kwanzaa. I don't know if I'm missing any holidays. I'm sorry if I am. And then there'll be another podcast before the new year. So stay tuned for that. Have a fantastic week. I'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.